got one that can see.
Logic before authority.
Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. And we've got to look into this activation thing further. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it's a thing. And if it is a thing, there's ways to tell if it's a thing. And one way is they will build it into media and show us what they're going to do, or tell us what they're going to do, what their plans are, so that it seeps into the reality of the world. It's somewhat of a lesser magic, or maybe even a greater magic. But when you put these things into the minds of the masses of people, it tends to help them manifest what they want to happen. And of course, what I'm referring to is Activation Day, a day that is coming that is based on an alert that's going to come out in some point here coming up in the near future. Not today necessarily. I don't know when. Okay, but I think it's somewhere in the near future. And there's been many clues, many details that I put in the previous videos about all this, but I'm not going to go back over all of it again today. This is kind of an advanced class. If you showed up late, you probably need to watch a few of the previous videos in order to get caught up on what I'm talking about, so you don't think this man's just crazy. What is he talking about? Because I know I'm actually reaching a few new people, amazingly enough. According to what I can tell, I'm reaching a few thousand new people, and I'm glad to have you here. You're welcome to be here. You're welcome to leave comments. All I ask is that we don't beat up each other. Even if we disagree, let's don't trigger and act like idiots, okay? So, Activation Day. Most of you know I created this image based on some information that I put together, based on a theory, you might say, and it ended up producing and coming out with this frequency that I didn't tell it to do, and it said 24.867 gigahertz. So it's in the 24 gigahertz range. Now, 24 gigahertz just happens to be the range that our 5G cell phones work on, okay? And it's a millimeter wave. It doesn't have great distance capabilities. At first, I was thinking maybe this was something maybe coming from the cell towers, but I think what it actually is pointing to here is this is coming from the cell phones. Okay, the way it's going to work is it's going to be broadcast from above, and also probably from cell towers, and then our cell phones are going to pick it up, and then it's going to broadcast a frequency, a tone to us that activates people, unfortunately. And I'm not the judge, okay? If you hear me talking about this stuff and you took one of those needles, pray to God, okay? Because our Father in heaven is all powerful. Trust me, I know he's all powerful. I have seen it in my life, extreme things, okay? Our Father in heaven is all powerful in this world. So you need to take it to him if you took one of these free needles. Don't beat me up because I'm exposing this information. You can if you want to. Some people do. But take it to Father and talk to him about it and pray about it and ask him and tell him you made a mistake and you want to repent from that mistake and have it erased and you want to be washed clean. Okay? Now, getting back to the subject matter, what I've got here is I've got some images that are of several different things. Let's start over here. This image here is of movies and TV shows where people are activated, altered, assimilated, or zombified by a sound frequency or a signal. Okay? And this isn't all of them. This is just what I could put together pretty fast, actually. And this is all movies. Okay? And there is a legend here, okay, in the middle. And the legend, or the legend itself, is down here at the bottom. It tells you which ones of them has a sound frequency trigger, which one was audible to the human ear, which ones were inaudible, meaning you couldn't hear it by the human ear, in the movie we're talking about. Mind control, behavior change, transformation, simulation, basically like a genetic transformation, zombification, and then turns to violence, and then also hive mind, collective control, and which movies depicted which things. Okay, some of them depicted all of them, some of them depicted most of them. Actually, none of them depicted all of them in my list here, but they depicted some of them in all of them. Okay, and you can pause this and look through and read through this, because some of the information that I've got in here it's pretty accurate, but it's pretty, whatever you want to call it, sobering or whatever. Like for the movie The Facility, alien parasites infect students. Infected act as part of a coordinated hive. So to basically bring them into the hive mind system, okay, called The Facility. Alien parasites, something that came down from the heavens that ended up infecting people, which there is some chatter about, especially when we go back to that comet that was coming by. They were the people that were the so-called scientists, okay, were putting out information acting like they were expecting something like that to happen. I think they called it a panspermia. Okay. And yeah, so you can read through all of these. You can pause this and read it. Well, I'll go down here and you can pause it and read these if you want. And I may read some of these to you, but I'm giving you some homework to do. If you don't realize that if you're on a cell phone, you can put your two fingers on the screen and spread them apart, and it'll zoom in on your screen. At least most cell phones are that way. It's called a pinch spread, and it'll allow you to zoom in. Like on here, I have to zoom in by clicking or by going like this and zooming more. But you can do that. Now, let me move it on down some more so you can see the last part of them. You can pause it and read those if you want to. And then give you the very bottom as well. So at the very bottom it says, from alien hive minds to hidden frequencies, stories have long explored the fear of losing our individuality to a signal we can hear or cannot. Okay. And now this is for movies. This is for books, okay? And of course, some books end up getting turned into movies, so there's a little bit of crossover. But I'm going to zoom this in here as well. Let me zoom it a little bit more, as big as I can on the screen. That's about it. And you can pause it and read these. Okay, this is all books, like The Puppet Masters, The Body Snatchers, Childhood's End, The Host, Cell. I mean, the movie The Cell, that thing is terrifying. The Remains, and of course that's Stephen King for you, right? The Remains, or The Remaining, Feed, Pontypool Changes Everything, the Tripods, the Crystallides, another one called Horns, The Girl with All the Gifts, the Tommy Knockers, Dark River of the Heart, The Giver, Damien, Mind Scan. I was just noticing that Stephen King's got this one here, and he's also got this one up here. These are books. And of course, this was turned into a movie. So was Sail turned into a movie. Okay, as we have noticed. Now let's go down a little bit more. You guys can zoom in if you want to pause it and stuff. If you're on a cell phone, you can also project your cell phone. It's called casting. You can cast your cell phone screen to your, if you have a smart television. But hopefully you're not doing much watching of television. The Hive, The Echo Wife, The Children of Hamelin, and the Screwtape Letters. And there's your list at the bottom again. Okay. And the thing at the very bottom says the alien hive minds to hidden frequencies, stories that explore the power of sound and signal to control, change, and consume humanity. And we may come back to these and read a little bit more, but I'm just going through them real quick so everyone has a chance to be able to pause and read if they want to by zooming in on their whatever device they got. Now this is comic books. This one is comic books. All these are comic books. I put as many as I could fit on here. And there's more. A lot more, actually. We go up to the top. Got things like Secret Invasion by Marvel. It says Skrulls use sleeper agents and psychic triggers to activate and assimilate people into their ranks. The next one is called Collective. This is comic books from 2020. Said parasites transform people into extensions of a global hive mind that communicates telepathically. And there's Black Summer, 2019, Image Comics. An alien signal wakes victims and turns them into mindless, coordinated, infected people. The Symbiote, from the Venom series, coming from Marvel. The Symbiote, that was that black goo looking dude that loved the water. Remember I did some videos on this a while back. Symbiotes communicate through sonic frequencies and have hive consciousness. And we got Crossed, Avatar Press, 2008. The Crossed virus activates through spoken words and sound, causing violent, zombie-like rage. And we have the Horde, Dark Horse Comics. The choice of words is always intentional. 2011, a sound-borne virus, sound-borne, not airborne, not tactical born, or like you get it off of, it's all nonsense. There is nothing like this in this world that can just take us out. Father gave us all the protections we need. We just can't allow anyone to break through the gates on us, meaning putting something directly into our bloodstream is a problem. You cannot allow needles to enter your body. That's my opinion for myself. I cannot allow needles to enter my body. It happened in the past, but it's been 20, 30 years ago. So we've got the Horde. The sound-borne virus triggers extreme aggression and turns people into frenzied killers. And we've got Red by Image Comics, 2003. A virus activated by sound waves turns people into unstoppable infected monsters. A virus activated by sound waves, meaning frequency, meaning 5G or whatever. Now we've got No Way Out. A Sonic from 2022, Marvel. This is just from 2022. A sonic weapon releases a virus that activates and overrides human behavior. Can you see how they're writing what I'm warning everyone about? They're writing it right into movies, books, comic books, and we're going to do cartoons next. Yeah, we're going to look at cartoons and see what they're showing our children. We have Uncanny X-Men number 211 by Marvel. The melody of Mandrax, sound waves that control minds and force obedience. Then we've got Batman, The Audio Adventures, DC Comics, 1996. The Laughing Eel uses sonic technology to control and enslave people. Justice League, number 6, DC Comics from 2012. The Key uses sound-based frequencies to control the population of the Earth. And we've got X Factor. Multiple issues, and from Marvel, 1986, and forward. About the year I graduated from high school. Love uses sonic, or LOVE, uses sonic manipulation to control large groups through frequencies. Then we've got The Invisibles, 1994, DC Comics. Alien hypersigs infiltrate brains through frequency to alter perception and behavior. And we've got We 3, DC Comics, 2004. Neutral signals and electronic frequencies, or neural signals, neural signals and electronic frequencies control and reprogram living beings. Transmetropolitan, DC Comics, 1997. Subliminal and electromagnetic broadcasts influence political behavior and public opinion. Wow. Subliminal and electromagnetic broadcasts influence political behavior and public opinion. Wow. The Ultimates, The Maker, by Marvel, 1994. Failsafe protocols and coded signals activate global control mechanisms. Failsafe protocols and coded signals activate global control mechanisms. Iron Man, Extremis, Marvel, 2005. Extremis tech can be activated remotely to control and override host behavior. Animal Man, number 15, DC Comics, 1990. The Industrious Quartet uses subliminal signals to alter human consciousness. The Infinity Gauntlet by Marvel. All these are comic books. Thanos uses cosmic signals to control and command entire alien armies. Ant-Man. Ultron Time Particles. Marvel, 2015 and forward. Time technology can emit signals to control insect swarms and linked minds. These are the briefest descriptions I could come up with. Swamp Thing, Cedar, DC Comics, 2011. The Cedar uses plant-based signals to control humans and create a unified green hive. Uses plant-based signals to control humans and create. You see, I've said it before, I'll say it briefly again. They have to study nature in order to come up with these weapons. The Bible talked about it as the tree of knowledge of good and evil. All things in nature can be studied and then be used and turned into some type of technology, man-made copy of it, and used for good or evil. It doesn't necessarily mean anything is particularly good or evil. It's the intent of the human that is manipulating it or copying it. Like copper. Some people are like kind of flipped out about copper. Copper by itself is just copper. It has many attributes and can be used for good or evil. Pied Piper, DC Comics, 1941. Music and flutes are used to entrance, control, and lead people into traps. Dazzler, Marvel, 1981. Dazzler's music can influence emotions, cause pain, or control moods. The Wicked and the Divine, Image Comics, 2014. Music and sound can awaken gods and influence or control human followers. Really makes you rethink everything, doesn't it? Especially when it comes to sound, frequency. Now this is cartoons. Cartoons. This is all cartoons where people are activated, altered, assimilated, or zombified by a sound, frequency, or signal. So let's look at this one. Excuse me. Almost over this voice thing, but it's still, bear with me a little bit. It normally lasts till right at the edge of summer and about now, and it'll start going away. Ben 10, The Hybrid. Again, these are cartoons that were broadcast on television or on the internet. Okay. Ben 10, The Hybrid from 2005. That was probably television. The Hybrid used the hybrid song to control and assimilate entire species. Teen Titans, The Brain, 2003. The brain uses a psychic signal to control minds and build its hive. Danny Phantom, Box Ghost, 2004. Ghostly wails and sound waves activate possession and transformation. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2012. By Karag, 2012. Karag sent psychic frequencies that control and mutate living beings. Codename Kids Next Door, Operation Zero, or ZERO, from 2002. A high frequency sound, which a millimeter wave is a very high frequency sound. A high frequency sound like 5G weapon turns adults into mindless zombies. The Fairly Odd Parents, Channel Chasers, from 2002. These are cartoons that your children are watching right now, literally. A TV signal turns viewers into zombies who obey commands. A TV signal, this is from 2002, this would have been on television, turns viewers into zombies who obey commands. SpongeBob SquarePants, Mermaid and Barnacle Boy 5, from 2012. An ear ray sonic device zombifies Bikini Bottom residences. Adventure Time, The Lich, from 2010. The Lich's voice brings undead to life and corrupts the living. Futurama, The Hypnotoad, from 1999. The Hypnotoad's chant controls minds and creates loyal followers in that cartoon. Steven Universe, Mr. Smiley, 2013. Mr. Smiley's music box uses sonic frequencies to control people. The Loud House, Silence of the Luans, 2016. A sound-based device silences and controls large crowds. OKKO, Let's Be Heroes, Mind Virus, from 2017. A sonic mind virus spreads through sound waves and takes control. Rick and Morty, The Planet Music from 2013. Alien music changes human behavior and societal structure. Alien music. Kind of like from the movie that's coming up. And the movie it was based off of, what was it? Of the Third Kind, whatever it was. Steven Spielberg, and how it's tied to that movie. And it was the aliens were creating music in the sky. You'll understand, it is my opinion, there is no such thing as an alien. There are multiple dimensions and entities that exist here and there, but not some other grain of sand billions of miles away. It doesn't exist. That's my opinion. Okay, Rick and Morty, The Planet Music, 2013. Alien music changes human behavior and societal structure. The Owl House, Whispering Signal from 2020. A telepathic frequency from Bellows Cliffs controls and assimilates minds. This is all just coincidence, right? They just got wild imaginations using the same theme over and over and over. Amphibia, the core signal from 2019. A telepathic frequency from Bellows Cliffs controls and assimilates minds. Excuse me, I read the one above that. The core sends a signal that controls and mutates amphibians. Transformers animated the all-spark signal. So from Transformers, the all-spark signal. Okay. 2007, the all-spark emits a signal that can activate or reprogram Transformers. Justice League Unlimited, the Cadmus signal. Cadmus uses a signal to activate and control doomsday weapons. Generator Rex, Nanite Cloud, 2010. Nanite clouds respond to signals and reconfigure living and mechanical matter. That's kind of interesting for a different reason, ain't it? Nanite clouds, you know how they like to spray stuff in our skies, reconfigure things. Probably. All right. Teen Titans Go, Terra's control chip, 2013. A sonic control chip activates Terra and alters her personality. Magus XLR control signal, 2004. A remote signal activates and pilots the giant robot Magus, or Megas, which means mega and maga means magic or sorcery in almost every language in the world. Like the megabyte, it's the magic byte. Our computers are just littered with this kind of language, of course. But again, we're choosing to use this technology for good instead of evil. Next is Transformers Beast Wars. The Axelon signal, 1996. The Axelon transmits a signal that controls and unites cyber organic life, meaning by like Borg, part organic, part technology. Star and the Forces of Evil, The Hive, in 2015. Again, this is all cartoons. The hive mind uses telepathic signals to control a swarm of creatures. Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. The Optigami and Sentimonster signal, 2015. Signals activate Sentimonsters and control their behavior. Phineas and Ferb, Aglet, or AGLET, A song activates a global mind control device. There's literally pieces and hints and pieces of truth that are riddled throughout this stuff. There's enough information in even what I've shown you already that everything is basically there as to how they're doing it and pretty much all the components of it. Between this and the numerous 10, 15 videos I've put out in the last month, easily, there's a lot of it there. I hope y'all guys are paying attention. I hope you're not missing videos. If you are, you got to go back and see them. Just because it's a day old or a week old or even a month old, you got to go see them. If you're new here and this information is interesting to you, you're behind the ball. You got to go back. The Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, The Pony of Shadows, 2013. A dark song unleashes a shadow that controls and twists minds. Regular Show, Muscle Man's Lullaby, 2010. A lullaby-like song puts people into a trance. So from cartoons to collective minds, these stories explore how sound and signals can control, change, and connect and alter people's lives. Now you can understand a little bit more as to why I want to know more about, well, all of this and multiple other subjects that I've been touching on going through the last, forever, 16 years. I want to say thanks to Diane M. I want to say thanks to Vonda S. I want to say thanks to Gerald K. And I want to say thanks to someone who wishes to be anonymous as well. You know who you are. And y'all guys are the reason I'm able to do this work and keep bringing this stuff forward. You're literally the reason. Yes, I do the work, but I could not be able to focus on this if it weren't for y'all guys standing behind me. I can't continue. So I thank you very much for doing that. And at the moment, out of those 4 names, we've got 1 producer, I think, and that is Diane M. and Fonda S., Gerald K., and anyone else. If you want to be a producer, which will be credited in the credits on every video I put out, I can even accredit you as anonymous as well, which I already have one. You just you simply donate any amount. It could be $1 per month. If you donate any amount, something every month, whatever you can do, because everybody's situation is different, then I will credit you as a producer and partly responsible for this work. But I'm not going to read everybody's full last name, and I'll read your first name and the first initial of your last name, or either I'll put you as anonymous. Or the way you can let me know if you do want to be anonymous, which I don't think there's nothing wrong with letting me say your name. But I understand why some people do want to be anonymous, and that's fine. Before I forget too, I want to give you this. Now, I'm trying to go through the comments, and if I put out a video and it's within the first couple of days, normally I'm able to get to them. But if you got something that's really, really important and related to any of the subject matter that I'm covering here, and you really want to make sure I get it, you can text it to me. You can use this number, 843-284-3343, and I might not get it right away, but I will get it, okay? And maybe I will get it right away. Depends. Okay. But you can send it to me using this. Don't call the number because 99% chance I'm not going to answer it. There's a number on the Supernatural Show website that you can call if you want to. Matter of fact, at least for now, it's still working. I'm teetering right on canceling the Supernatural Show website because it's costing me $150 a month. And if it'll support itself, meaning y'all guys are going there and using it, and it's maybe you're signing up to make donations through the website, the supernatural.show, and it's supporting itself, I'll keep it. But if it's not supporting itself, and I'm just throwing away $150 a month because it's not doing anything productive, I'm going to have to get rid of the website would still be there, but it'll lose a lot of its features and capability, put it that way. You can call me technically at 843-402-8827. When it starts ringing, you got to be patient though, because it goes through a process before it gets to me. So don't just hang up right away. If it's during normal like daylight hours, I'm probably going to answer. Okay. If not, it'll allow you to leave a voicemail as well there. So there's that number for you. So guys, what we have to do in order to move forward and understand even better, okay, with what we're dealing with here, the way I've come to understand it is we have to figure out the right question, okay? In order to find answers, we have to find the question, because the answers are out there. It's out there. They don't even care. I mean, these are answers. Like when it comes to the movies, you know, there's answers embedded within this information that tell us something. I mean, we already kind of know what it's telling us, but we need to know more. I mean, we want to study and understand as much as we possibly can, right? And I'm doing that with y'all, but I can use your help. That's why I gave you my phone number to send me texts. I'm not wanting to have banter conversation. This is serious work, okay? So I can't banter conversation, oh, how you doing, all this kind of stuff. It's strictly to the point. Information, get me, I'll send you something back, whatever needs to be done. But it's not for socializing, okay? I just don't have time for it. There's too much going on. We're running out of time to understand as much as we can before they roll out even more with this stuff, because they already rolled out, but it just ain't got completely insane yet. Again, it was insane in 2020? Everybody walking around with a mask on their face. I remember going to the grocery stores, and I'm the only person me and Miss Kim, she knows enough because she's with me, she won't wear them. And I'm 6'2", 300 pounds. Nobody's going to give her a problem, because then they got me as a problem. So yeah, going in the grocery stores, and I'm the only person in there. Everybody in there, the people working, the cashiers, the pharmacy, everybody, they all bought into it. And I know some of you probably put a mask on because you had to in certain situations, but at least you didn't hopefully take the free needles, because that was the big one. And also, don't allow people to be running things up your nose. Okay? You don't know what's on those cotton swabs. You think, oh, it's white, so it's clear and it's righteous and it's pure. No. That's called the white horse of the apocalypse of Revelation 6:1. They use white to pretend to be righteous. And then the white turns to blood. It turns to red. The red horse rides out second. So no, don't trust things just because they're dressed in white, or maybe it's white and you think, oh, well, it must be good. Nope, 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 nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's see here. Let's read a couple of these before I let you guys go. The puppet masters, parasites attached to humans These are movies and TV shows. Parasites attach to humans. Victims lose individuality and become part of a collective. Slither, 2006. Alien organism infects humans. Victims become part of a shared biological intelligence. Slither. Wow. The movie Sail, 2016. A signal via cell phones instantly transforms people into hive-like coordinated hosts and go nuts. Pontypool, 2008. Infection spreads through spoken language. Certain words trigger changes. The Signal, 2007. Mysterious broadcast drives people insane. Aggression spreads through exposure to the signal. Kingsman, The Secret Service, 2014. Hidden signal through phones trigger extreme violence and uncontrollable aggression. Batman Forever, 1995. The Riddler broadcasts a mind-altering signal through television devices. The Riddler broadcasts a mind-altering signal through television broadcasts. That's the real thing already. And I'm sure they'll be broadcasting some kind of activation through the televisions too. It's gonna be hard to escape being exposed to it. It's just all we can do is pray to Father that we've never been exposed to the assimilation serum that was in the free needles. They Live, supposed to be 1988. Hidden visual and audio signals control public perception through media. The Fifth Wave, 2016. Alien signals and hidden control mechanisms influence humanity. Dark City, 1998. A signal causes mass unconsciousness and memory alteration. That was Dark City. And then The Signal, 2014. Alien transmissions affect human consciousness and perception. Star Trek, Picard, Season 3, 2023. Hidden Borg alterations are activated through a transmission to awaken and control the assimilated humans. Doctor Who, Cybermen Stories, 1960s is when it started. Cyber-converted humans are often activated by remote signals and commands. Ender Game, 2013. The Formics communicate through a hive intelligence. Units act as one mind. Starship Troopers, 1997. Arachnids coordinate through centralized psychic signals. Tommyknockers. Alien influence transforms townspeople into a collective mindset. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. A television jingle activates deadly effects in children wearing masks. I remember that one, and that was freaky, that movie. 1982, The Season of the Witch, Halloween 3. And it had that weird jingle going they would play. It would make you sick. It was not good. Josie and the Pussycats, 2001. Subliminal audio messages influence mass behavior. The Clockwork Orange, 1971. Sound and music are used to condition and control behavior. And this is just a small list of movies and TV shows that are talking about this activation signal. And this is the books. This is just a small list. There's many, many, many more. Small list of comic books. There are many, many, many more. Same thing with the cartoons. Oh boy, what a trip, right? But here's the good news. We can see it. And we're trying to warn and wake up other people. We are. Especially the we that support my work. Because then you allow me to put out more videos more consistently and not be scratching to try to keep my lights on, which I've done a lot of in the last several years. So I thank you for being we, and we will keep going and keep telling and spreading the truth and maintain no fear. No matter what happens, you can choose not to be afraid. You can choose. You can turn it off. Your body is separate from the soul. Your body is of this world. You are in your body, but you're not of your body. Your body is in this world, and it has behaviors built into it, instincts such as fear, but your soul, the real you inside, can choose to turn it off. Master your body. One of the first keys to that is realizing that you are separate from the body. You can master it. This is what the monks and shamans and a lot of others out there are doing their things, and not necessarily accrediting be a monk or a shaman, but one of the things they do is work to master their body, meaning their body is just a vessel. It's like a ship on the ocean waters, and you're the captain, and you're in there deciding to whether you want to run it on the rocks or whether you want to take it through safe passage. It's ultimately up to you. So you've got to realize that your body will try to get you to react and do bad things, or do carnal things, or sins, or have fear and lead you into bad choices. You can choose to turn it off. I love you. Father in heaven loves you. And we'll see you again real soon. Let's keep getting it.
I've got one that can see.
Logic before authority.